Hello and welcome back to the channel. So clearly this is going to go full circle because I fully was not anticipating videoing this run. But as things changed, I should at least introduce it, so we are now 3 weeks tomorrow away from my first race of the year, which is just under a marathon through the Austrian mountains, as I'm sure you're aware. I'm following a runner coach app plan, which has been great, and today is the final long run before the race. So I was using it initially as kind of testing things, so testing my shoes, testing my gels, testing my food, breakfast, meal the night before, pizza if you wanted to know, breakfast this morning, roller in, that kind of thing, but also going off somewhere to do on a mountain at elevation. And so the Austria race starts with a stupid amount of climbing uphill. So I went off to where my old playground, as I like to say, is, and started there, and I'd written a route out on my Strava app to cover the 20 miles so that everything was kind of similar. I'd actually written my paces on my legs, which sounds ridiculous, but you got to look somewhere, and I'm not good at remembering things, so I just wrote on my leg what pace I wanted to aim for when I was running the flat bits, and that was kind of the whole plan, was to see if I could run at that pace and how off that pace was when I was walking up hills or running up hills or going down hills, to see if it would kind of level out, which is the most thought I've ever put into numbers ever. And then I realised that wasn't necessarily going to be possible. Just had to stop and take my top off, which is weird in the northwest of England, not gonna lie, but it's really hot, and in Austria it's going to be like 24, 26 degrees, but I've always been terrified of this rubbing. So as we're doing a mock race day, I figured, let's see if it rubs. I've got 19 miles to go. This is the top. I tried to run as much of it as I could, but on the day I think it's a slope, whereas this is literally boulders. You know, we're in England, not Austria. And so now I think you can kind of see, well, I'm not fully at the top, there's other little bit, but it's basically just going to go up and undulating now. But as you can hear, I'm exhausted. I'm probably not in the best kind of shape to do this at the moment, because I did deadlift for the first time a couple of days ago. My legs are definitely still feeling it, and I knew it going up that hill, but positive spin, my legs are going to be tired on that race. So this is my view now, I think for quite some time, I hope anyway. The sun is just trying to break through, and I finally hit some downhill. But yeah, I'm just going to try and explain. This is basically the terrain. So there is some of these paths somewhere down, but a lot of it is this, which I think has kind of grounded me a little bit, because I do have paces written on my leg here that I want to try and remember. There's a couple of comments on here, I keep seeing it, whether it's going to help other people do it, whether it's going to help me, I don't know. But yeah, it's grounded me a little bit with this terrain, because I can't do the pace that I want to do dodging all these rocks. It's just not a thing, and I definitely don't want to get injured, because I'm not going to be able to run this pace, but I am trying to be conscious of my pace, just to try and keep it there whilst not tripping over Boulder Central. So if you've seen my videos before, you'll maybe recognise this grey. I've never been down it, but it runs all the way through these fells. So I've just been on that for ages, not ages, but long, and now we're going back up. At the top of another hill, and this view, oh, I wish, one of those things, isn't it? I've just stood here, by the way, and been in this moment for a couple of minutes, so I'm not so out of breath. But I often forget, and I think probably a lot of people do, that especially when you run kind of trails and hills, to actually look around. And it is beautiful. I'm fairly confident. Oh, you can see this one is the one I've just been up and down, and then because I can see the grey road running, and then I've just come up this one because over there is Lancaster, and that right in the distance, which you definitely won't be able to see where my finger is Morecambe, I believe, although my geography not exactly known to be brilliant. So it feels like finally kind of got into the flow of running. Basically been running down this fence line, up and down, and running the ups as well, and disaster struck. I mean, disaster's a bit extreme, but I could have done with keeping my shoe on my foot. I love these. Also, the zip on my vest is finally given way. Honestly, bending down for the last couple of days has been hard, but bending down to put that shoe on right now, not okay, not the one. So I've just had to stop, which was a bit annoying. So we've kind of come down the wiggly, and honestly, actually, the concrete was a bit of a godsend, because Lancashire Fells are the most stunning. I think I'm still in Lancashire. Maybe I'm in Cumbria. Anyway, irrelevant. They're gorgeous. But my goodness, they're an obstacle. So I quite enjoyed the concrete. But anyway, got into a good pace down the concrete. There is a wasp joining me right now. Go away. Join someone else. And all of a sudden my stomach just went, you're not okay. Which is really unusual for me, actually, because as a rule, my stomach is fine. I got a stomach of iron, if anything. And I don't ever get sick when I'm running. But today is quite different because there's nobody here. It's just me. I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I can't carry a certain level of water, food, that kind of thing. So it is going to be different to the race day, and I have to remember that. But my issue when I'm running is I get hungry. I need food. Not gels all the time, and it's not that they make me feel sick, I just get hungry. It's not enough. I don't like the food. So yeah, that was a bit annoying. So I've actually been stopped probably for a good about 5 minutes. Sat down, rearranged my bag, so all my wrappers are now in the back, because I always get paranoid that a wrapper might fall out, and I really hate that when I see energy gel wrappers out on trails, because I just think, you ignorant little sausages, don't do that, don't litter. So they're all safely in my bag. My car keys are definitely still in my bag, because I also always fear that I'm going to drop home somewhere on a fell and get back to the car all happy and then not have any keys. And then I've got flapjacks, so I've eaten half of that. I've got another gel due in a minute, which I'm doing every 30 minutes because they're only 23 grams of carbs. But yeah, like I say, I'm not worried about it making me feel sick because it's gel, because it's not that. It's making me feel sick because I'm hungry sick. And I don't know about anyone else, but I don't really have a little bit peckish. I'm either not hungry or I'm absolutely going to collapse if I don't eat immediately. And there's not really a gap in between, so that happens daily, but it's never really happened on a run because I've generally eaten food and stuff, but we'll see. I'm going to stop here because there's a trail that goes up there and I might actually have to be going up it, which I kind of hope I'm not. But yeah, little cheeky update. However, that's the point of a recce on your final run. Test everything. Okay. I am now fully procrastinating and I'm going to run. To note, which I'm hoping is not on an Austrian mountain, is that you're not surrounded by little lammies. And I feel like everybody should, just be aware when you're going past them, because me and my ankles know it's rolling ankle central, and these poor little fellas or ladies, I don't know, are not fully in tune with the fells yet. So if you scare the life out of them and they go flying off down a hill, you don't want to break a leg. It does mean I get to look at cute animals and stop for a while, but... Hi! I know! You tell them! I don't think I've ever seen little baby geeseys. They're not geese. What are they? Big black birds with a white chest. Oh, how cute. Right, I've come out of the area of National Outstanding Beauty and we are, 4 mile super run. Run or walk. Tuesday the 21st of May. Sorry. Hot pot to all the finishers. Who doesn't love a local hot pot? Might actually look at that. Right, anyway, I'm in basically Georgia heaven, surrounded by farms. Whoa, what are these fellas? Oh, I can hear more sheepies. Look at these guys. Oh, they're the ones with the really like quirky headgear. Oh man, I need to up my bird knowledge. I'm loving it around here. Oh, anyone who lives here wants to just like, I'll just take there was a bunny. Okay, I'll just take a barn. I'm okay with that. Just that one. I'll do it. It's fine. I'm a gift. I don't know. Bored looking after it. Anyway, procrastinating. So, as you've seen, just decided to fill up my water bottles. It'll be fine. There's lots of sheep. Obviously, this is the bottom of the fells. Some water is not clean. Case in point, I've just noticed. That water, don't drink that. That's a really bad idea. But it's running water. It's clear. I tasted a bit in my hand first. Tasted fine. No, not kind of. You can tell when you're drinking sheep wee. Anyone that hikes a lot. And sheep nonsense, but we'll see. I think I made the executive decision that not having any water at all will kill me today. Having dodgy water will hurt a lot tomorrow. But we're going to be fine. Had a bit of a mental block. I don't know, however many minutes, I don't know, ago. I've like, sod this. I'm just going to walk. My knee was hurting. Everything was hurting. My knee keeps kicking off. I guess one positive to kind of being in the absolute back end of nowhere is I don't have a choice, actually. Yes, I could walk back, but that's going to take way longer. I have to get back to the car. There is nobody to come get me. I could try and hitchhike. I did write something on my arm, and I think I mentioned it earlier that I don't know if it'd work for me, but I wrote do it for her. Her being future me, who's going to be really happy that present me did this. So I've just put my head down. I've got some music on. Normally this would be the point I'd like call a friend. Again, back end of nowhere, absolutely no signal. But that would normally kind of just get me out of my own head a little bit and help. This is the longest I've run since July. This is the most effort I've put into any kind of training block. The most effort I've put into strength training to actually training to run. And this is the last long one before. This is the first car I've seen, or van. The last properly long run before the race day. So put my head down. It's a long, steady incline and putting one foot in front of the other. That's what running is, isn't it? Really? I'm just going to be proud, actually. Yes, I've stopped a lot. Yes, I've admired some sheep and some lambs a lot. But I'm doing it. And that's what counts. And she, at the end, will super appreciate it. I think. She might just hate me because she can't walk and she's stuck on the sofa for the rest of the day and still has stuff to do. But in theory, she'll love it. She'll love that I've done this. So I have actually just looked at the distance remaining for the first time, which is not bad. And it's 5 miles. 5 miles. That's it. And then I'm done. And then I thought, I recognise this car park, so it's just turned me off onto the trail again, off the road. And I don't know if I did it as a YouTube or what, but I've definitely run up here before, and that really hurt at the beginning of the last one. But this close, like this close now. So I'm going to blast some music out. I feel like I've getting bitten by something, which I'm not very pleased with. Either that or I'm chafing. I don't know. It's like rubbing my legs while there's a car park full of people, but hey ho. Oh, fail at the last hurdle again. I was avoiding it. You can't see that my feet are wet, but this is rank. But we're near the end, I suppose. I just don't really want to walk through it, but it kind of creeps up on you, especially up on these fells. You kind of walk in, you're like, yeah, fine. I'm definitely not running this, by the way. Very optimistically, trying to avoid getting my shoes wet. No. Is the answer. I've just had another gel. I think that might have been my last one. I don't know. My brain's kind of gone a bit now. My back is really aching. It's always my back that hurts the most. It's my lower back. And I have got kind of strength exercises in the gym to accommodate for that. But yeah, kind of accepted I was walking up here because it's horrible. This is kind of a replica of the end of the race in Austria, in that the last 3k is up and down, but it's up 263 steps if the YouTube video I was watching the other day and that vlogger was accurate, and down 263 steps, which I thought I'd hate, but at least it's kind of like, it's like 200 metres or something ridiculous of stairs, but I feel like once you get in the rhythm with stairs, it's, sorry, I keep moving arms, but my arm hurts. At least it's up and down. This currently feels like it's lasting forever, and it's not. I'm going to stop whinging, but this is the reality of running long ways and on your own, actually. This is why I didn't like this hill the first time. It's constantly walking around kind of big boggy bits, but I am very grateful to be here. No sooner had I put my press stop on the last bit of video, looked at my watch, check I was on course. Dead. Watch dead. Had 4 days when I left the house this morning. But that is highly irritating, actually. So in a way, I'm kind of glad I know I'm on where I am. Even though knowing where I am means I know that it's a horrible hill. It's all boggy and rank. I've still got to get back to my car. So, hopefully, fingers crossed, the only bit I've got to navigate, actually, to be fair, is when I get to the top, which direction it's going to take me down. But never mind. The map is on my phone on Strava, and we know how good the signal is up on this hill. I don't know what to say anymore. that horrible hill. I just climbed over this stye here. Oh, I recognise this, I'm going to go. So I've just run that way and thought, oh, man, I don't feel right because the windmills are over there. I have zero signal on my phone. Watch is dead. No, I don't have a map, and even if I did, it wouldn't help. Map reading up my thing. So I sat by some rocks to video me having a strop and saw that I had 4G. So turns out I was absolutely right. And I was about to run that way for as far as I found the gravel track. It's not that way. It is in fact down here. So I'm hoping the signal stays long enough that I can just find the right gravel track, because there's a lot of them. Where is this concrete? Oh, now battling Boulderville, which is nice. It's downhill. Again, it's not going to be a problem that I come across in Austria because they have flags. I don't need sat nav. The mental battle is real. I've never wanted to see concrete so much. I have made a terrible mistake and sat down. But this way gets me to the car. I'd gone the wrong way again because I ran out of signal again and the little blue dot wouldn't catch up, and okay, yeah, lesson learned. This, to be fair though, people always say to me, why don't you do fell races? And the reason is because you're not allowed GPS on fell races, or the majority of like fell races, you're not allowed GPS. It is absolutely my bag of going uphill and flying down hills. I've done one before and loved it, and they're much shorter distances, but wow, hard. Like, fell runners are just machines. But you're not allowed GPS. It's like self-navigation. And I think if we've learned anything, which I already knew, but you may not have, is that I'm not very good at that. I keep meaning to like get my coach Dave to, he's ex-military and is good with a map and a compass, so I keep meaning to go out for a hike with him and actually learning how to use a map and a compass. I think it would come in quite useful. I've been out longer than anticipated, mainly because I've been walking and stopping and for sheep and water and things, and to video because I fully wasn't expecting to vlog any of this, but I have. So I think once I decided it wasn't going to be the same kind of pacing bits and pieces, but I've learned so much, but I will do that at the end. But I've now made the fatal error of sitting down. I'm back and I've got a smile on my face. They're not wrong when people say running is a genuine journey. Like, emotionally running, you cover it all. So yeah, I'm back with my probably 17th wind of the run today. Primarily because I absolutely now know where I am. So the anxiety is gone. This track here, you can't really tell, but it's just one big gravel windy downhill, and then there's a last little straight in the grass, and then I'm at the car park. Woo! And I'm walking because my knee is really kind of getting to the point where it's not pleased at all. So it's actually quite hard to walk this bit because it's really steep. There we go. Oh. Okay. And in my head I was like, this is it, this is where you get through the pain cave and blah blah and all that motivational stuff, which is great that you tell yourself, which is absolutely worth it. However, as previously mentioned, today is not race day. Today is training day. My knee was gonna hurt. It does. I've had operations on both my knees, but it's just not worth the risk. I've got a race soon, so I find if I walk, hey little fella, I don't know, you can see him. Yeah. They make the best noise. I'm hoping he does it. Yeah, usually if I walk a bit and kind of really bend my knees up, like properly bend, it eases off. So I'll start running again in a minute because I'm nearly there. So remember, it is still a training run. Yes, we can push through pain. Yes, everything is going to hurt. That's a given when you're running long distances. Don't be daft about it, especially not so close to an actual race day. And the running. No, it's definitely on this path. Anyway, that big red dagger, is about 50 metres from where my car is. I'm really pleased. For some stupid reason I sat down again. Bennett was calling my name. I have just run the rest of it since the last bit of the video. And then I just saw that and thought, oh, just sit down and admire the big digger. Don't know why. As you can tell, this is the reality of very tired, slightly dehydrated, not advised brain. Back in the car. It's hot in here. I can't believe, so it's actually 21 degrees outside. I did not realise it was that hot, or even planning on being that hot today, but it is. And I'm back. Just done some stretches, walked back out. I thought it'd be really nice to do some stretches back on the track, on the trail bit, because it's actually grassy. Just been eaten alive a little bit. So I've retreated back to the car. I've got a bit of, I don't know, we'll see what the damage the vest has done chafe-wise, but definitely my chest strap that I wear for my heart rate, either that or this bra has, yeah, it's sore. It's sore right now. I'm going to go home. I'm going to pick some eggs up on the way home from a farm up here. Jump in the ice bucket thing. Although it's not iced, but it is cold water. My whole body is going in today because I hurt. I'd be hurting. And probably do some more stretching, get some ice on my knee. And I'll finish the vlog there. Secured the goods. And there we have it. And I am clearly home. So yeah, made it. And there was a couple of moments where I genuinely had like horrible flashbacks of a time when I hiked out way too far, walking, not running, not knowing where I was going, not having enough food, and seeing a co-op at the end of possibly about a 10-hour day in the rain and feeling, yeah. But that didn't happen, and I am here, and I've learned a lot from today. So first things first, what was the thinking behind then starting vlogging? Well, what happened was I realised, and probably should have known anyway, but it's harder, basically. I felt it's harder to run on, and I'd chosen to go up onto the fell. I'll try and put a thing up here. Up onto the fells and across the top as much as I could because it kind of undulated. I just totally forgot how different it is. I just started filming and carried on filming. What I learned was I can run in a sports bra with my race vest without it chafing. So although I wasn't pacing as such, I know what pace I go downhill. I know what paces I'm walking or slow jogging up the hills. I've learned that I can run in 22 degree heat for a long time. That even if your Garmin says you've got 4 days, if you're using cheeky sat-nav, it doesn't. And the things that I can compare to for the race. So I can run 20 miles, or walk, mostly run 20 miles. I can hit the downhills with a really painful knee, and it doesn't seem to hurt going down. It was stayed painful on the flat. That I can do it undernourished, which isn't great, and I don't plan on doing that, but it's good to know that I could, that my body will do that for me. I've learned that my trusty sports bra has now given me a horrendously large amount of blisters. I've learned that my running vest is broken, which is annoying. Sunglasses the whole way. I just want to debut these. They're not debuted. These have been fun. These sunglasses. Yeah. I'm not a sunglasses person. I don't wear them all the time. I find I can't reverse in sunglasses. These ones, I genuinely, I really wish I'd looked back first. I'm going to look back before posting this. I think I took these to Snowdonia 2 years ago. And I think I mentioned them then. Poundland. Uno poundo. 3 years, 2-3 years I've had these. They do not fall off. They are so comfortable. They've got the right coloured lens. Okay, they might not be like top-notch perfect UV protection, but they do me proud. My heart rate coped, which was great. I did do it on tired legs. I can eat oats for breakfast. I tried oats this morning instead of my rice pudding, which I normally have, because there's a lot more carbs in oats. Although I struggled. It was only 70 grams of porridge oats, half a banana and honey. And I didn't finish it all, I'm not gonna lie. And it felt a bit stodgy when I ate it, but by the time I was running, it was fine. So yeah, literally loads to take away from it. And I'm really proud of myself. It's given me more confidence than I thought it would. Although it is a full roller coaster of emotions, this video, it's given me so much more confidence. And this week especially, I've needed that, actually. So yeah, I am really pleased. Definitely promised my mini series, like rest and recovery series, starting, but this will come out this Sunday. So this will be out this Sunday, and I will do the mini series next week. So yeah, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it.